Warning. This is slow, suffocating, psychological horror. Read carefully. The fear is not loud at first. It creeps. Before people called it the blood wall. The building had a normal name. Grayford Residential Block. It was built in 1959 at the far edge of the city, where streetlights faded and the air always felt damp. The project was advertised as luxury apartments. Thick walls, strong foundations, built to last forever. And it did. Just not the way anyone expected. During construction, workers began to disappear. Not accidents. Not deaths. Disappearances. One man went to the basement to fetch tools. He never came back. Another was laying bricks on the third floor. By morning, his helmet was found inside the wall, sealed behind fresh cement. The contractor blamed delays. The engineer blamed faulty records. But the night watchman knew something was wrong. Every night at exactly 3 a.m., he heard sounds from inside the unfinished walls. Soft at first. Water. Please. It's dark. When he pressed his ear against the concrete, the wall felt warm. Like skin. 3 months later, construction was abandoned. No investigation. No demolishing. The building was sealed and forgotten. But the walls were already full. Present day, 2:17 a.m. 5 friends stood outside the building, staring up at it. Ethan, Lucas, Mark, Emily, Sarah, urban explorers, YouTube vloggers, desperate for views. Their channel was dying. This place, Lucas said, holding the camera steady, is known as the blood wall. People say the walls whisper at night. Sarah swallowed. No one comes back here after dark. Mark laughed. That's what makes it perfect. Emily looked up at the broken windows. For a moment, she thought she saw something move. Not a shadow, a face. Ethan pushed the rusted door open. The second they stepped inside, bang, the door slammed shut on its own. Not violently, decisively. Phones lost signal. The air went cold, and the silence felt thick, as if the building had been waiting. Their footsteps echoed unnaturally, stretching longer than they should have. The hallway walls were damp. Emily touched one. Her fingers stuck. When she pulled her hand away, thin strands stretched between her skin and the wall, like wet flesh tearing. Why is it sticky? She whispered. Mark shined his flashlight. The wall wasn't cracked. It was veined. Dark red lines pulsed slowly beneath the surface, like something breathing. Then Sarah noticed something worse. Nails, she said. Thousands of them. Old, rusted nails, bent inward, half buried deep in the concrete, all pointing inside the wall. As if people had tried to claw their way out, they reached the third floor. That's when it happened. A soft voice, clear, right beside Emily's ear. Emily. She froze. Her blood turned cold. That wasn't funny, she said, her voice shaking. Who said that? No one answered. Then the voice spoke again. Not from behind her. From the wall. Open the door, sweetheart. Emily's knees gave way. That voice. It was her mother's. Her mother had died 6 years ago. Emily pressed her palm against the wall. It pulsed. Warm. Wet. And then, blood began to seep out. Not dripping. Throbbing. And from inside the wall, dozens of voices whispered together. We are still alive. Mark stepped back. The wall behind him moved. Not visibly, but he felt it. Hands formed beneath the surface, pressing outward. His legs went numb. I can't feel my feet, he said, panic rising. The wall grabbed him. Slowly. His spine twisted backward at an impossible angle. Faces began to emerge from the wall. All of them his. One face smiled. Now you stay. Mark screamed. His body sank into the wall inch by inch, flesh merging with cement, bones bending until they dissolved. The last thing left was his face. Eyes wide. Mouth open. Then the wall swallowed that too. And the wall smiled. They ran. Until Ethan tripped over something on the floor. A book. Old. Leather-bound. Warm. The pages turn on their own. The walls remember every scream. They drink memories. When they are full, they ask for more. The building exhaled. The lights flickered. And somewhere deep inside the walls, something laughed. The building has tasted blood again. It is awake now. And it is hungry. The moment the diary hit the floor, the building shifted. Not like an earthquake. More like a body adjusting its weight. The walls tightened. Emily stood frozen, staring at the place where Mark had disappeared. There wasn't even a mark left. Just smooth concrete. Too smooth. Sarah grabbed her arm. Don't look. Please. Lucas was already backing away. Sweat poured down his face. We need to leave. Now. Ethan nodded. Stairs. Move. The stairwell door creaked open. Inside, the air was warmer. Thick. Heavy. Breathing felt like inhaling damp cloth. The stairs spiraled downward. Lucas stepped first. The moment his foot touched the first step, the door slammed shut behind them. The stairwell lights flickered on by themselves. The steps were endless. No matter how long they walked, they never reached the bottom. Lucas started running. Stop! Ethan shouted. Too late. The stairs stretched. Each step grew longer, wider, farther apart. Lucas tripped. The moment he fell, the stairs beneath him softened. They weren't concrete. They were flesh. Hands burst out from the steps, grabbing his legs, his chest, his face. No, get off me. The hands pulled him downward, into the stairs. His fingernails scraped against the floor, peeling back, leaving streaks of blood that were immediately absorbed. His screams echoed for a long time. Then, nothing. The stairs hardened again, clean, as if Lucas had never existed. Only 3 remained now. Ethan, Emily, Sarah. Emily's breathing was wrong. Too slow, too shallow. She kept whispering, "It's learning us." Sarah frowned. What? Emily looked at the wall. It knows how we sound when we're scared. The wall beside her replied. Emily. Sarah covered her ears. The walls began whispering all at once. Children, men, women, different ages, different voices, same pain. We couldn't breathe. It was dark. They sealed us in. The floor trembled. A crack opened beneath Emily's feet. Not a hole, a mouth. The floor listened to her heartbeat. Then it spoke. Give us your memories. The wall didn't kill her. That would have been mercy. It showed her things instead. Her childhood bedroom. Her first birthday. Her mother's face. Each memory peeled away from her mind and sank into the wall like ink in water. Emily screamed, but even her scream faded halfway through. Her eyes went empty. She stood there, breathing, blinking, but nothing was behind them. Her body collapsed, standing upright against the wall. Alive, but hollow. The wall absorbed her reflection. Only Ethan and Sarah now. The hallway ahead twisted, leading back to the entrance. The door was there, unlocked, but something appeared on the wall in thick, wet letters, written in blood. One more. Sarah shook her head. No, we won't. The wall pulsed. The letters changed. A trade. Ethan's reflection in the wall moved before he did. It smiled. That's when Sarah realized. Ethan wasn't fully human anymore. The building had already taken part of him. His fear, his voice, his choice. I'm sorry, Ethan whispered, and pushed her. She didn't fall. The wall opened. Sarah's scream joined the others. Her voice echoed through every corridor, every crack, every brick. The door creaked open. The building was satisfied. For now, only one walks out. But he does not leave alone. The walls have learned how to speak through him. The door opened slowly. Not pushed. Not pulled. It simply decided to open. Ethan stepped outside alone. Morning light touched his face, but he didn't react. No blinking. No relief. No breath of freedom. Just stillness. When police arrived hours later, responding to reports of screams, they found Ethan standing in the same spot. Silent. Uninjured. Smiling. They asked him everything. Where are the others? Silence. Did you hear voices? Nothing. Are you hurt? Ethan tilted his head slightly, as if listening to someone behind the wall of the world. Doctors said it was shock. They didn't notice the thin red line along his neck. Like a brick seam, Ethan was released. No evidence. No bodies. No crime. That night, he sat alone in his room. At 3 a.m., the walls of his apartment shifted. Not cracking. Listening. Ethan opened his mouth, and someone else spoke. The voice came from the wall behind him. Ethan's lips didn't move. The ceiling whispered. The floor breathed. Ethan began to cry, but even his tears slid sideways. Drawn into the wall, neighbors complained. They heard things. A woman sobbing through the bathroom tiles. A man begging from inside the electrical sockets. Children scratching behind the walls. Maintenance found nothing, but the walls were warm. Always warm. Ethan stopped sleeping. Every time he closed his eyes, he felt cement tightening around his ribs. He began standing close to walls, leaning, listening, smiling. One night, Ethan looked into the mirror. His reflection didn't copy him. It lagged. When Ethan raised his hand, The reflection stayed still. Then it pressed its palm against the glass. From the other side, behind the reflection, walls, endless walls, faces pressed outward. Mark, Lucas, Emily, Sarah. Their mouths moved together. We are still here. The mirror cracked. Blood leaked out. The old building was sealed again. But it didn't matter, because it was no longer trapped in one place. The blood wall had learned something new. How to walk. Through Ethan. Every place he stayed longer than a night. The walls began whispering. Hospitals. Apartments. Hotels. Disappearances followed. Always quiet. Always clean. No bodies. Just warmer walls. A week later, Ethan uploaded a video. No title. No description. Just static. Then a whisper. Thousands of whispers layered together. We learned your names. The screen cut to a wall. Close up. Wet. Breathing. And written slowly from the inside. You are next. If you are reading this alone, and your wall feels closer than before, don't touch it, because the blood wall doesn't need bricks anymore. It only needs someone to listen. If you enjoyed this horror story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon for more terrifying stories.